Good morning. I'm going to do this. Well, I'm actually going to do this. Hi, butter. You have your food over here. Come here. Buddy, why are you fighting me right now? Okay. Get on there. Look at me. Hold on. Nums. There. See? Alright. Woke up stuffy nose and sneezing. Not the greatest. Yeah, it's me watching you. All good, Max. I don't want you on now. And these. My neighbors are probably like, this is the only chick I know that's up 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning with her lights full blown on. You know? All right.
Watch what turmeric does to your dog's body. Turmeric is amazing for alleviating joint discomfort in old dogs.
Turmeric. What is up with the tomato thing going on over here? Maybe someone has... I'm not getting like an accent. I'm getting more like, hope someone's not making fun of you. All right. Good morning. I'm sorry I didn't come back to this. What I wanted to do was clear the board when I thought about coming back twice. And then I was like, I don't really want to clear the board, but I do. I need a hero. Just without being the hero card, but it's perspective. Hangman. Why can't we skip all of this? Why does this do this every fucking morning? Just give me the 9-minute ads and play my shit. Now they want you to answer after that. All right. don't think the Queen of Swords is in and out. So the Ace of I wanted to say Ace of Communication, but that's not even always communication. No. Give me a second to tune in. You do have something destined. I do remember the other day I did say something about fate, though. People can choose their own fate. Like fated to happen, but it doesn't mean everybody chooses it. The energy doesn't seem as intense, but it could just be because I'm just getting into it again. I need a hero. What movie was that? It was like a kid's movie. Wasn't it like with like a robot or... I'm also getting location along a relationship, and I'm kind of looking at it like we have Project Pegasus dealing with the AI, different countries, Russia, China, United States, ships, ports, jewelry, love, excitement, self-worth, relationships, partnerships. So for those who are ascending, like you're stepping into something new into your life that has to do with either a foreign country to you, or it's the research you're doing. Your beliefs could be changing. If it comes to a relationship, it could be saying that there's somebody coming in that is right for both of you. Could be some breakups in between, but I'm not really getting... I'm getting that, but not getting that. That's been in other reads. But the shadow side is here, so it doesn't have to be a bad shadow. You could have to just something you have to work through to get to where you need to get to next. Seven of Cups, Five of Pentacles. This is almost like, in a way, a father adores somebody here, and it's like, why you gotta go in another direction? Oh yeah, I forgot about all these fucking fathers here. What is up with that? Like, is everyone's father not happy? Is this like the father at your priest? There's just so many fathers here. And I did just get pulled to Musk, so be careful there. I'd love to say he's great for this country. He was, but he's not anymore. He decided to jump on his high horse. For those that are thinking that's ego, it's really not. Good morning. Tonight's the night. Oh, what song is that? All right, this deck is being picky. Let me go. Clear my throat. I feel like I gotta blow my nose again, which is going to drive me fucking bananas. And there's no tissues down here because I went through them all and didn't grab another box. I don't think I woke up with a cold. I did the windows the other day, yesterday. I could be a cold, but I did put up like the plastic and I did a lot of like deep cleaning and dusting. That could be it. Or I'm getting a cold. But I don't think so. I need a hero. Oh, guys, what movie was that? Good morning. That's a lot of YouTube messages. I mean, a lot of Facebook messages to wake up to. Megan, I clicked on yours by accident. It's not even on right now. Don't be mad. I didn't even read it. I'm not ignoring you. I clicked on yours by accident. Don't worry, I'm not ignoring you. I'm on YouTube. Oh, that's sweet. All right, that song. I'm getting distracted. That thing. Who sings I Need a Hero? I love when I sing to my fucking thing. Holding out for a hero. Bonnie Taylor. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. He's got to be strong and he's got to be fast. He's got to be fresh from the light. I need a hero. Someone that's larger than life. Racing on the thunder, rising with the heat. It's going to take a Superman to sweep me off my feet. The end of the storm, I can feel the approach, the fire in my blood. So you could just be, holding out for a hero till the end of the night. Max, you're not going to sit here and stalk. What does the song meaning behind I'm holding out for a hero? I mean, it's pretty obvious, but let's get her opinion. Desperately waiting for someone to come along and save her from a difficult situation. Also, seeking someone with extraordinary qualities, not just strength, but in speed, assurance, and timing to the face of life's battles. She's like, LOL, okay, coming on now. Here comes Heather, everybody. So it's really how you want to interpret this. But I don't think anybody here is like fucking around. I'll tell you that. You're just not interested in anybody who wants to like play games, anybody that feels any type of sort of connection, but you're not connecting. Somebody that feels the need to hold back when they don't have to. It's faded. People grow with other people. People help other people through situations. And again, like somebody could act like they were going in a different direction, like they had options, but they really are attracted to you. They could be playing a control thing, just games with your head. Don't play games with my heart. Whatever that, something I was singing yesterday. Because there seems to be only like 2 women here, maybe 3, not in the sense of even queens, but that song coming out a lot. It's like, no, you're not going to get my attention until, you know, you at least come at me properly, or it's almost like, I don't necessarily know if I want the King of Fire. I might more want the King of Cups. You do have the Emperor here too, so I don't know. Somebody could be trying to play hardball. Let's try to see how do I want to read this next? Like what needs to be I need to buy myself a little wand. Oh, I can't crack that knuckle. That's weird. What needs to be worked on, or I didn't scare you. I almost went to go call him my little dumpling. I never call him dumpling. Quit playing games with my heart. See, I don't think somebody's probably attempting to play games. But I don't even think you're acknowledging it, as if like, if it's a major control thing, you probably know. Others of you might be like iffy. Like, is that what he's doing? Is that what she's doing? But it's not taking you off your path. You're not overthinking it. But somebody else up here is overthinking it. I guess I'm just going to do your best advice with what type of shadow work. But when I was laying in bed last night, I was thinking of different ways, not to process this, but to read it. And I felt like every time I came to like a dead end, and then I came up, and then something popped in my head with something. Now I can't remember what it was. So let's just see what comes out for what needs to be worked on here with the Ace of Swords. You asked me, there's some type of... See, again, something seems... Man, I don't know why I just want this in my hand. Something seems messy, but it's Ace of Swords, 5 of Cups. Ace of Swords, Five of Pentacles, King of Cups, Seven of Cups, Two of Swords. Two of Wands. So it is like, all right, going in a new direction. Somebody is left out of a situation, but I don't know if this is that one particular person that feels like they made a mistake. Or if this is you and they're thinking about how something went down. You got the dagger. Action, bravery, and determination. So somebody here is realizing that maybe they missed an opportunity, maybe a conversation didn't go well, maybe somebody ghosted you with the Five of Pentacles there, which I absolutely fucking hate that word. Hi, baby. Or you feel left out of a situation. I know with the weekend energy, some people were like bored, or they got left out, or they looked at it as, feeling left out. I'm in my 40s, and I still find myself in situations sometimes where I'm like, I got left out of that, you asshole. And then somebody would be like, Courtney, you don't even like that music. Or, you this and that. And I'm like, it's not the point. The point is you didn't even ask. But it's funny to me. It's not funny to me. And I don't mean to say it like you didn't even ask, though. But it seems silly. Why, knowing if she's booking something last minute and she absolutely knows it's not a me thing, why would she? But I'll always give her shit. And she'll be like, Courtney, stop it. And then we'll move on to another conversation because it's not a big deal. But something here seems to be a big deal to someone, but can still act upon it. All they got to do is be brave and stay determined. Again, somebody could be thinking of their father here. I don't know what it is with this whole father figure that's coming out for every religion, situation, work, children, everything. And I do think where you go next is in regards to some type of interest, a hobby you take on, or a vacation, a land. It's just, it might be homeland to you or homeland to them, but I'm getting homeland as in the government too. So somebody could have high placement somewhere within something. I just got a pilot with the Emperor. Kaden literally said to me the other day, do you know that I could actually be a train conductor? And I've been feeling that train situation coming in. Anthony's father has a lot of people in high places. Oh, that's exactly what I just said about the Emperor. And he's like, I'd have to, go to school to be, engineering for 3 years. And then they start you at in between 60, 70K. And if you travel, it's 20 grand each travel. And I'm like, yeah, it's a secure job. But he's like, I think I'd be bored. I'm like, no, There's no time to be bored. You're switching tracks. You're talking to a radio person. You're talking to somebody who's actually telling you what directions to go into if the tracks switch. Like, it's a pretty important job. It's like a pilot. And I actually used a pilot as an example. So I had to see the pilot before the train story could come in. And I was like, it's not as easy as you think. Like, somebody could have put, chemicals on the train and they're hidden. You have no idea. Like, not easy. And then my dad also could get him into the place probably about a half hour from here, building guns, putting guns together for the government, the public, making guns for the army. It's a pretty crazy ass important job. It's hard to get those jobs too. You need security clearance to get in and out of the building. Yeah, it's a serious job. Yeah, I think a lot of people probably think like, yeah, I get what you're saying, Aim, for sure. That's what I was trying to explain to him too, You're not just fucking driving a train, dude. You're directing it, you're steering it, you're cautious, you got to slow down, wait, you got to, like, doesn't work that way. It's just like a pilot. It's a serious job. So somebody here could have a serious job, or you just take life seriously. Again, with the whole intimidation thing, I can get intimidated, but it's a different type of intimidation that I feel compared to how like other people feel if they find me intimidating. I'm just very, very serious with my life. And I think that's just what it boils down to. And I know how to have a lot of fun, and I know, but it's, people come into life. I take my life seriously, and I think that's why I come off. It's not because I'm jaded and different things. It's just, I know my purpose, my morals, my security. It's who I am. So you both may have a very serious position. You got to think things through. You got to be smart. So, but this speaks more of like, not even go back to the beginning. It speaks more about you kind of already know what's going on here, because action, bravery, and determination. And I just got point to like the ruby or garnet, and then the red there. And every time I say ruby, it's like, oh, I want a ruby, because it's the only stone I don't have. I had one, but it got stolen or pawned. And I didn't pawn it. I never would have pawned it. It came from my biological dad. The only thing I had. I need a hero. Well, snap me out of that real quick. Oh, and look, a biological dad. There's absolutely something here with the father figure, guys, for everybody. How it comes in or goes out, or if it's around the corner, I don't know what to tell you, but it's a lot. Somebody can be a prince and they're in line next to be a sultan. The bread I was talking about yesterday, like my favorite bread, they actually came from Morocco. And I only know that because I was watching something last night and they were in Morocco. And I was like, oh yeah, those were my neighbors. Where I was talking about the bread. So I wouldn't say somebody made a wrong choice. They didn't make the greatest choice over here. Because there's more than like meets the eye. Actually, wasn't this over here? Yeah, because I was like, this all boils down to this. Both of those were the Ace of Swords. Ooh, and look, a dagger. So that message didn't come in by coincidence there. So it's like starting with one, ending with one. And you got people pleaser here. I wonder how much of myself I've lost in others. The pieces that remain, no one can notice. I don't know if somebody has you trapped, or they feel like they do. Because this was also the Two of Wands that was right here, and then it was the Eight of Swords. Oh, Kaden must be awake. Something just fell. I'm also getting this as like, I wouldn't necessarily say victim, but quit playing games with my heart. That is Backstreet Boys, right? I don't even know if we ever looked into that. Spirit saying yes. So this could be somebody not making their own decisions based on other people, which is not good. Can be difficult because it's like wanting, again, to go in a different direction, and it seems exciting, but then it's like, what will other people think? But it's also knowing that something's there. And again, it's karmic. It's people's karma on this. I was going to say something, land on this someone's timeline. And sometimes, it could be you, it could be them, but this is somebody who does cater to other people, more of like a giver, but hasn't found the balance yet. I've been there, done that. That was also part of one of my lessons in life. I learned the hard way, but guess what? Some people have to learn the hard way. But this could be somebody purposely taking this energy from you because of their own lack of bravery. Someone recently even said to me, is it wrong to just stay in the situation and see where it goes, or something? Something with like, just because out of respect for her. And I was like, oh, that's where you're at. And not as an insult, but it's like, oh man, yeah, it's absolutely wrong to do that. Absolutely 125 gajillion wrong to do that. But then I explained my story within the last couple of years. That person did it too. So, but I also feel like I keep hearing quit playing games with my heart, as if somebody wanted you to feel like, I don't know if somebody wanted you to chase them or keep talking to them, or because I don't even know if now it looks like I don't even know if it was the truth. So I don't know why people would even say that. Again, I'm not getting like an ill vibe. It's just, again, somebody here just might want you to chase them. Like somebody's playing games, and to me, it's, you're not even thinking about it. But this person is. And if you are thinking about it, it's definitely not an eye for an eye. And if you were to do an eye for an eye, you'd be doing it your way. You wouldn't be matching their exact energy. You'd be doing it your way. And a lot of people think your way can be naive or if you let something go, but something's telling me you're pretty good at an eye for an eye, and it doesn't have to match what they're trying to do, because that would just keep going and keep going and keep, like, it's no. But it also looks like you're not sitting here trying to figure it out either, which makes sense. Why would you? Well, some people would. So I'm getting that whole player vibe again. But it's somebody who actually, is interested. I'm also hearing maybe they don't know your gifts, those who are like psychic, but you don't even have to be psychic. If you can just follow your own tuition. Everyone has it. It will guide you your entire life. It's never wrong. It never lets you down. And if you think it did, rethink that story years later, because your intuition already told you. Go prove it to yourself right now. I mean, I married my ex-husband when I knew my intuition was already telling me that I would be marrying somebody else, which is so fucked up. But like, me and him were still good. We had great times. I just always saw my future solo with somebody else. But I typically don't say solo. But I'd never be solo. I have all my kids, and my kids love me. They'd want to live with me forever, which is great. Honestly, what should be nice, having my own little fucking compound. Buy some land, and then everyone can build on it. So I would never be alone or estranged, or my family means the world to me. It's even like the text I had to send my dad that I mentioned a few days ago in one of the readings. Like, you're still part of my future regardless. But maybe I do purchase this house and do some additions or figure it out, but then travel. But then my kids are here to take care of the animals, take care of, themselves. Sounds great to me. And then I get to come home to my kids. I mean, that's just me. You could still be an amazing mother and father and just still want your kids out of the house. But that's not me. Pop in anytime, bring some wine, crack a beer, or, have just water. So it's something with drinking. Maybe you drink and somebody else doesn't drink. But that's okay. If it doesn't bother the other person. But some couples, it could bother if drinking was always an issue. So there's clearly something here with drinking. And I'm almost getting like the body of Christ. And I realized I didn't put any rings on. And I picked up on it right away. So somebody could wear a ring. And somebody here is just like the Page of Pentacles up against like the Eight of Swords with the Two of Pentacles. It's like juggling something, but juggling what? Their feelings, or tell me about those Two of Pentacles, these thoughts. There's definitely feelings here. Pumpkin patch. This is the tiniest writing that my glasses does not even cut it. Pumpkin patch. You will only taste the sour if you don't seek the sweet. Share your fruits wisely, lest you sow regrets too deep. And go figure, it is about sharing, drinking, tasting, something sour, something sweet. Share your fruit wisely. It could even say, test me now before your regrets get too sweet. No, it's lust. It's so tiny for me. So again, be careful who you're sharing your energy with. Because it is somebody that could act like they're all romantic and they got feelings, but they want to lure you in. But you could be dealing with the people pleaser and you're not going to get anywhere. You do have the Wheel of Fortune here as well. But the wheel was more down here with the Lovers. Maybe there was another card here, but it's all right. I'll just do it this way. Tell me about this Emperor. But it is the Six of Cups and the King of Wands. And you have the King of Wands up here twice. You got fear of failure. Fear of failure. The fall keeps repeating on my lead. The eternal obstacles between me and the next step. So someone here already has that mindset of it's just going to fail. It's not going to work out. Yada, yada, yada. And it doesn't even look like this person is trying to even face it. It's just like, well, it already went this way, probably destined to go this way again, yada, yada. But you have the wheel here, so be careful because somebody could be manifesting another cycle here. And I definitely don't think it's you. This is clearly projected energy of whatever's going on in regards to you. So it is something from their past, and they're like, well, if I go this way, it's just going to fail. Or I've been there, done that, already failed. Maybe it's karmic. Maybe they already had family. Maybe they already had kids. And they were trying so hard to keep it together, because some people say, like, I never want to be like my parents if they divorce, this and that. Other people say, like, I strive to be like my parents, are still together. So, but clearly something went down with parents here as well, because, or this person has already had a previous marriage or just children with somebody or a business, and it's like something already didn't work, ended. So now every time this person thinks about moving forward, they're like, no, it's just going to happen again. Or this person's going to think it's going to happen again. Like, it's just, at the end of the day, it's negativity, regardless. And you can't think like that. But again, you could have somebody with lack of confidence. They come off like they have a shit ton, but they don't. And this is somebody who definitely feels like they failed. What is with these fucking little ants? It's probably Caden all the fucking crumbs in his room that I vacuumed up the other day. Mia's awake too. Good morning. Good morning. Go figure that you're awake. I'm on YouTube, chatting a little while. Peanut Butter's like, yeah, I'm on YouTube. Quit playing games with my heart. And it's this deck when I just went to go put the phone down. It's my beach deck. So somebody is, or, you know, somebody fears that you're just going to play games with them. But it feels like a projected energy, and it feels like this is something that somebody could go after if they would just, you know, do it the right way and stop having such negative thoughts towards something. Maybe you're dealing with somebody who's younger, but they're wiser. And does somebody know how to differentiate here when it comes to being wiser? What? Oh, like I have an old soul. I always usually just say that and see it within children. But I've had people in my life, you know, I'm an old soul. They'd be like, oh, I'm an old soul. But how do they decipher that? Are they deciphering that as they're wiser? Or they like music from the 40s, 50s, and then that makes them think they have an old soul? That's not true either. That's just an era that you're attracted to for some reason, or maybe it was your last life and you came right back into the world. It skipped a generation. Because to me, an old soul is somebody who is wise, smart, don't play games. They stand up for their beliefs, their thoughts. They are who they are. They're unique. They don't follow the crowd. So I feel like there's two different men here, and someone's saying they're an old soul. But I can tell you there's two people in my life that have actually told me they have an old soul, and one I truly believe does when it comes to being wise, but then there's always the matrix until they break free. And then there's those that look at an old soul as just because of experiences or music or stuff that they still play in the matrix, they're not knowledgeable on. Because I'd be with either one of them if they truly had a unique, authentic old soul. We wouldn't have had issues. Get what I'm saying? And I don't even refer to myself as an old soul. But I am an old soul from many different things in my life. But I never came in, I think, doubting myself, but I never came in any of these lifetimes and thought to myself I couldn't do something I wanted to do, because I truly feel like each lifetime, you know, my parents are always trying to find problems when there was no problems, things like that, you know. In this lifetime, I said, fuck that. There's no way I am the only one who perceives and thinks, and there's just no fucking way. And I was strong enough this lifetime to do it, and that is what gave me my unique qualities, gifts, abilities to share with humanity. took me a long time to figure it out. I just came on so we could all heal from the misconception of the twin flame thing. Because I knew other people got sucked in like that. And if you Google it, the first thing that comes up would be like, oh, twin flame. And there's no fun. Until I started talking to spirit and certain things like that. And I went through a fucking battle. We all did. Mine was years of having to put concepts and certain things together to realize why stuff like that happens before other gifts came in and other abilities. But I knew even with my children, forehead to forehead, which I did once with a gentleman, and it was wild, which is, supposedly my twin, but is a catalyst. But I could never even do it with my children because it kind of always woke me up. Like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do the whole forehead to forehead third eye because it like shook me up. I don't even know how to explain it. It's extremely powerful. And intimate. And I would never just share that with anybody ever again. Unless it felt right. And a lot of people don't realize shit like that. But I knew it. I felt it. I didn't know what it was. But my whole life, I was afraid of the Ouija board. I mean, I had fucking Bibles and rosary beads everywhere. My windows, I put nails in my windows. I was paranoid. My door was always open. Like it is what it is. I ran to my neighbor's houses because my sister would say she's possessed and take a cross and sprinkle holy water. Like, scare the fuck out of me. Until I, got woken up a different way. And my kids had the deep abilities too, which is what kind of scared me as well. Especially Mia, she saw creepy fucking ones. Alana, hers were friends. Until that one came along. So, don't have fear here. And then you have the key. Sharp insight, opportunities, hidden potential with the King of Fire and the Hangman. So there is a lot of potential here with something between two people or some type of work partnership. So there's still an opportunity here. And this is projected. This is clearly somebody thinking about you. It could have to do with something you've already experienced or something you're about to walk into in November. It could be an activation that puts you in a brand new direction with the Wheel and the Lovers and the Ace of Swords, some type of clarity. It did look like in the second or third week looked chaotic, but it also looked like you could defeat that and you come out fucking swinging. And this is a deck I always not complain about, but it was a $50 deck, and I didn't really want it, but I wanted it, and their spirit wanted me to have it, but I just wish I kind of utilized it a little more, and I bought decks that are way more money, guys. I appreciate all my decks, but I do find it odd that it was kind of more like pressure to buy this deck. because I would have rather spent my money on different decks that I was more drawn to. So maybe somebody here is that, you know, they're thinking they made the wrong choice, or the choice has already been made. Sometimes I feel with me, you know, spirit already has certain people in mind. They definitely let me play and learn, but they also know what I seek. And I think a lot of us are going to be experiencing different types of activation and meeting people that you really mesh with in regards to this ascension process. And I can truly say that because of the conversation I had with somebody in the last few weeks. It was a different type of activation. But even his words just spoke to me. It was like all the things that I used to question, have answers, I want answers to. It wasn't him seeking answers. It was the way he said stuff. It was the way he worded stuff. And I was like, whoa. I'm like really attracted to your brain. But is still starting a brand new path, which can be hectic, you know. I wish everyone the best on what's next. Because I think, to be honest with you, I think it's our children right now that are suffering, and the ones in their 30s or 40s are stepping into this, and it's not the easiest to step into. I'm more worried about my kids, my 22-year-old and my 26-year-old, and not so much Mia, but she was born within that age frame. But when it comes to like mental health, seems to be my older ones. Like I could have sworn one of them would have been bisexual. I just kind of felt it from the beginning. I don't know if she is or not. Right now she's having a relationship like she's not. But I don't know if that will switch in the future or if it's just something she'll keep on the down low. You know, it's obviously something she doesn't want to talk about, or she would have talked about it already. So she's just exploring her life the way she is. There's definitely something here with sex too, because I was talking to somebody on the phone the other day, and she was really upset with something, and Mia even came down. She's like, "Text me when you're done talking about sex." But we were laughing about stuff, but it was like dead serious to her, you know. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm out of here." And when it was said and done, we had a conversation, and I was like, "Well, sex is important," and she's like, "No, it's not." And I'm like, "Oh, it is though. Maybe not now to you as you guys are younger, but." This type of intimacy, you know, it is part of a relationship, and it is important, and so is love, and so is, you know, trust, and a lot of things. You know, it's not just one thing. So somebody could be really nervous here when it comes to having sex with somebody, because all those wands were there, and now those nights over the weekend were in the all weekend, and now like for the rest of, I must say January, February, the rest of November, it's like a different vibe. But again, that could be you with, you know, not letting anybody take advantage of who you are, because you probably are a giver as well. But here, that could even be like self-love. It's like, I'm not giving until like you're giving. What's the deal? But I love that you're not dwelling. You're just kind of moving on, but somebody else feels a little stuck. Because I think somebody was trying to play games with your heart, with a connection. So it's like sharp insight, opportunity, hidden potential. You and somebody else definitely have the potential to be like a power couple, but like more in a spiritual way, more vibration, frequencies, having each other's back. Not like a matrix way. And you have the Emperor again. So right now, this person seems to you have two situations. You have one that thinks they'll always have the authority and the upper hand in a situation. And it is what it is. And you have somebody else that sees something and knows the opportunity could be there, but they got themselves caught up in something. So clearly the two of them both have an ego. I can think of my own father, so three of them have an ego. It's you got to know when to play and when to fold. Didn't that come out the other day? I'm telling you, there's an Empress here, which majority of my women, and you're just like, no fucking way. It's not a thing. You shut it down instantly. Or you just go your own way. It's just kind of like, all right, there was a token, but it's gone. It only lasted 5 minutes. But the connection will always be there. It's very clear that there's a connection here, but just because there's a connection doesn't mean you're meant to be together forever. And some of it, something can roll back around and someone could take care of you, or you'd have to take care of somebody and give somebody more needs. But Spirit, at the end of the day, wants a balanced relationship. They can't, when you're on ascension, they can't worry about, is this one going to grow? Is this going to evolve? Like, it's already set up to evolve because each spirit team knows who they're working with. And there might be some factors in here, but nothing that you couldn't handle or overcome. But if somebody is stopping something from growing or evolving, it's a dead end. And others, I think, like, someone is going to come in here eventually and turn the waves, turn the corners, something. Because again, like the King of Wands doesn't commit, non-committal. If we're just talking certain characteristics within a deck, there's plenty of, air signs that commit, and they're both Aries. But this is like coming back in, taking the lead on something. But I don't believe it's the karmic something. It's just a little bit of confusion. And then I feel like something's going to come in for us that makes us question something. But that might not even take off either. It could just be one of those things where Spirit's letting you see a glimpse of how this ascension is going to work next time. Right? And I know for me that was an important message too, because it helps me help others in regards to being in between. It's not fun to be in between worlds. And I still feel like I'm in between worlds. I still have not gotten my full brain back. It's like being in that bubble. It's like that portal, that void. I still haven't come out of it. It's foggy, it's daisy, it's cloudy. But when I think about certain stuff, I know it's real and practical and logical and, you know. But wherever we're at in between this portal of void, which I think is more of a portal than anything. But we didn't have to go through the washing machine. We're kind of in the dryer. I don't know how else to explain it, you know, but it's like, it's not that you come out more fierce. It's just, could just be an upgrade. You know, that gift that was given, it's, you know, given to you slowly each day the right way. So you don't completely forget the world you're in. And I know, like, I've made a couple deals, and it's even with my children, like, I've come across some pretty powerful people that gave me a lot of insight. And again, people who usually have children, you know, don't get to be this public figure all the time, because I have so much love for my children that it could actually take away. So they've been slowly walking me into something for 4 years now, 5 years, which I think is nice of them, because if they just said, all right, here, take it all at once, like some of you wouldn't even remember, you know, you're still going to remember you have children, but it's just, you know, you're so busy with work. You wouldn't be able to find the balance. And the balance is what's key in this new world. Well, it's more than balance. It's finding the balance right now. No one has all the answers to the 4D that we just stepped into. Majority is still in the 3D. But again, that's why we had a Republican come into play here too. And it just excites me, because even other countries were excited for us, guys. You know, it's huge. Huge. 8 years, 2 consecutive terms. Vance takes over, you know. And I still feel like there's going to be another assassination. You know, on Trump. And because it pulls me to KFG, it pulls me to JFK. And that one was seen through. You know, and then Vance takes over. So, and then maybe he takes over another time. I don't quite know when or what year or how it's, you know, but it's, they're gonna, yeah. And it's not even from like a hater. It's gonna be somebody in the government, within the government, because they know he has certain knowledge to certain stuff, and it's the way certain things are gonna go down. And I unfortunately I do see that happening, and I don't like when I see that happening. But it does pull me to, like, on the street, getting out of like that black car that I've been imaging for years now. And they get out, and it's like waving before they go in the building, and then someone gets shot. I don't know if that's going to be that situation, and that's how that's going to go down, right? But versus like being at the podium, or, you know, in the car driving and waving to, oh yeah, they were waving when they got shot too. But Trump tends to do that. He turns around and waves when he's going into buildings. So I think we would be good either way. I think we're going to take the 8 years that this country deserves. And it's going to be a huge impact on our kids. And there's going to be other people waking up to things. And they're going to be a huge influence and a mentor as well. I think it's going to be more of the public, like me knowing I can change something. It's just a matter of, take a while to take off, or, that's why I need it completely prepared. I also can picture myself on TV explaining what this is. This is when a lot of people, I'm getting pulled to women in their 40s, 50s. This is where our whole perspective and certain things change. This is when our creativity comes out. It's almost like being at the peak of creativity. I keep hearing Homeland. It could be you traveling, but kind of you taking control of a situation here. I do feel like these are two different emperors as well. It could be two different men. It could be you just taking the lead, taking an opportunity. But if there's two men in just this one section, I'm not super keen on that unless you know it's the right person. And there is people feeling the consequences for their actions, even people way back. But you want to talk shit, you want to talk smack, you didn't take opportunities, put us all in shitty situations. This is their time period of karma, and it's coming. People are even crying on what they did to you or how they acted. It's karmic. It's karma. Saturn direct is returning everybody else's bullshit. And it is what it is. Some people just live with that the rest of their lives. Because I think spirit tags them useless. And I hate saying shit like that, guys. But spirit is fucking brutal, too. They're no joke when it comes to whomever they're protecting. You wanted to fuck with her, bam. You wanted to fuck with her, bam. You wanted to fuck with her, bam. You want to do stupid voodoo, Google magic, bam. You think you're that powerful. You think you're, bam. Fuck you, right back in your face as you climb. And I heard climb the ladder, but I left it at as you climb. But there is a particular energy here. All they have to do is kind of speak up, and that could be you too. So let's kind of do what you need to watch out for. Well, that would be more of the shadow. There's always, 5 different sides to the story. Watch out, look out. Boy, you better watch out. Those things. Stings. Maybe something with a bee. But I just got pulled to boxing. Sting like a bee, something with a bee and boxing. I just got pulled to Harry Potter. Who did that with boxing? Was it Tyson or was it Mohammed? Oh my God, another fucking Facebook message. That is the 5th one in the last hour. So there could be something with Facebook Messenger. Fight like a bee, sting like a bee, swing like a bee. Fight like a bee, sting like a bee. Something weird like that. Mohammed. It was Mohammed. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Muhammad Ali. The fight against Sonny Liston in 64. So I was just talking about Muhammad on my Facebook yesterday when I was speaking of Muslim. And then he was the first one to pop up on my Facebook. And I didn't even mean to go on Facebook. I think I meant to go on YouTube with you guys. So, Muhammad. Could be a different culture, again, different land. What is Muhammad? So what is it? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. What is the meaning of Muhammad? Like path of life, God's path, path of God, path of... I just kind of think you're like in your own neutral lane here. But there's like gentle energy, but then it's also like, all right, what's that? Go ahead and fuck with me. Go ahead and, mama bear, or somebody underestimates you. Somebody can only take so much for so long, and it's like things I were dealing with the past, and one day I just woke up and I was like, that's it. I'm done. This isn't going to happen again. This isn't going to repeat itself. I'm not dealing with these messages, and bam, submitted court documents right away. As if like somebody underestimated you, or if you were getting a divorce, again, somebody goes and gets the papers and bam, they're in your face because somebody just thinks like it can just go on forever, stop you from getting to where you need to be. And they never had power over you. Somebody here also wanted to control how your matrix life would play out. And it's like, if you're anything like me, you don't play in the matrix. So somebody definitely underestimated your powers, or underestimated, maybe somebody just thought you were naive, or somebody just thought like they could really just keep you in a situation down in the dumps, and now the karma's being delivered. I feel like it's been being delivered. This person, could never hold you down. And I've had cases just in me in general. I've had females trying to do that, and I've had men try to do it. And it's shitty. They try to get you to go in a new direction, or they fuck with your money, they fuck with your relationships, they try to fuck with your head because they think they're fucking powerful. They're not powerful. It was all being blocked. It never went to like a certain extent, but you could have said things that gave them an inkling that something was going in their direction. And you were probably thinking of completely something else, but somebody here thought they had control. It was like spirit was fucking with them because somebody thought they were in power here. But this is somebody that didn't want you to be empowered. And I feel like that process was like last couple years. And some I keep hearing 8 years. That's not the first time this has come up. The whole 8-year transit. I don't know if you're adding 2 to it and it's the last 10 years, I don't know. What's coming our way with this action and bravery, determination? What's coming out of this? Thrills, continuous cycles, addictions, bad decisions. So you could just be moving on from this. Apology, arrogant, rash actions, insincere. It's like I said, you have an enemy here. Eventually, maybe trying to be like I just heard Poe, trying to be like a foe. It's because they want you to look in this direction. And again, there could be drinkers here. It was all about a drink or a body of Christ. When people are dealing with addicts, things don't change unless, they have to hit rock bottom. They have to have 0 outlets. Got to stop taking them in. It's like what's going on with one of our friends. Got to hit rock bottom. Got to, right now she's just living with the boyfriend, but they both drink and do drugs together. So, but he's constantly kicking her out and back in. It's so karmic. It's awful. Had a tracking device on her phone. But from there, she's got nowhere to go. So it's only a matter of time. And he's obviously going to be on her side, because if she was to get clean and to go somewhere, she obviously is not going to go back to him, somebody who's, feeding her drugs and alcohol, right? So it's shitty. You got to straighten up your life. You really got to do it the right way. And somebody's just trying to do it half-ass here, as if they don't have to. They don't have they don't have an addiction, or it's somebody here just doesn't want to do it yet. Because as soon as he gives her no outlet, she's gonna have no choice but to put herself in some type of program, or go to the Y that will get her into a program. Some people have to hit rock bottom like that, instead of like, oh yeah, I'm just, I'm working on it. No. Somebody here could have lost a lot of people in their life too, because of, the way they communicate or lack of communication, and everybody's kind of like shunned this person out of the family because this person has made it an issue with everybody. Like never taking responsibility, and it's like not wanting to feel their feelings or not wanting to deal with certain shit. They crack open the liquor bottle or the beer, shit like that. So heads up here, because you do have somebody that might attempt to come back around, or is waiting for you to like kind of hit them up, as if they have some type of control right now. It's just gross. It's just gross energy. I love all the birds in the front yard, in the trees. A lot of them come to see peanut butter. Kind of feel bad for them, but they keep them occupied. And he can't survive the winter here. So, and he eats more insects than seeds and that type of shit. All right, so back to this. And this was the animals. And I got pulled to the birds again. There was a bird here. And that's peanut butter making it very clear. Like, look, I'm here, I'm back. You might feel burdened. Like, because I have been so torn. Like, peanut butter will be with me all winter, obviously, but like in the spring, I got to make a big choice. Do I let him go? But he's domesticated. So it's just, but I didn't want the responsibility of another bird. So then I feel guilty. And I do want him. But I could have him for another 20 years. And he's not like a parrot where you can clip his wings. This is a fast-ass fucking bird where I'd have to design my house in accordance to him as well so he didn't get out the doors. Like, but I love him to death. It's just, that's been in my head a lot lately. Because I also feel like it's cruel, like he deserves to be outside with the birds, too. You know what I mean? So I'm just super torn. I'm obviously clearly not going to make any decisions until the spring, but I also don't necessarily want him outside in and out with all the ticks and bugs and other germs. So I would have to literally build him like some type of avian shelter outside where he'd fly in and out. I literally have to cater my house to him. Huge responsibility, guys. It's not like a turtle, cat, dog. You think those are responsible? Like, no. He's a wild bird. He's not something where you can clip their wings. I mean, I didn't even clip Kai's wings because I did want him to fly around the house. But I would never clip his wings. Not a thing. Yeah, I thought I'd let him go. He'll come back. But then you got to think about all the other germs with all the other birds that he could be, stepping in their poop, eating from where they landed. Like, then you're taking a lot of consequences, letting him do that too, and then come back in the winter. He can pick up a lot of different diseases. So this is clearly an important decision for somebody or for you, but be careful in this sense because it's just that energy where somebody, wanted to trap you within like the matrix and they might use emotions. But this could also be somebody else thinking that you could do this to them. Either way, clearly something is aligned, but just because it's aligned doesn't mean it's meant to work out. It's a life lesson. What do you want? If you're going to constantly think like that and constantly fear that it's just going to fail, like, just don't bother. Stop letting this energy, get the best of you. And I think it's not getting the best of a majority of you, but there is an energy that wants to come back around, but it's no. Or they hit you up drinking and I'm sorry. And it's like, well, what happens the next day when you're not drinking? You probably wouldn't even hear from this person. Best advice for this people pleaser. Because this is like you really lost yourselves in certain situations here. And it's like, no way. And it's that female energy, nurturing, gentleness. But this is where all the aces are too. So this is also telling me that something right now could be a little stuck, but it's one of those things where you could feel like it's a dead end. It's frozen. And you're taking care of your own energy here in regards to the Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. Turning your back to that energy. So you will be stepping out of this energy because the Two of Wands is there too. you doing, pumpkin? Come on. Make a move. Make a move. Make a move. Tell me about pumpkin patch. That's way too many. It's the one I picked up and put the light on, right? That's just, I don't get it. You will only taste the sour if you don't seek the sweet. Share your fruits wisely, lest your regrets to deep. So lay your regrets to deep. I mean, whatever it is, it's probably hard for you to leave this behind, but you lost yourself in this person. This person wanted to control how your matrix world was, and I don't even know how you were living in the matrix here. Nightlife, striptease, gamble. Maybe you just get caught up in the fun, But yeah, karmics, haters, learned lessons. You're not going that way anymore. And somebody else here. Yeah, just be careful who you share your sweets with. Okay, because with the moon and the bats, and that's another way when I was talking about starlings, they can carry salmonella, and I forget what the other one is, but it's from bat shit. So something here is not good, right? That's why I said, there's lots of little caves around here in the little woods and the trails in my neighborhood. It's like where I go to the waterfall with you guys, which is right across the pond, a mile or two. They're definitely heading over there, coming back here for the night. Birds travel, they fly. So to me, you got consequences from bad choices. It's more like partying. So again, be careful who you're partying with. Tell me about this fear of failure. There's definitely multiple energies here. Family, blood ties, inner circle. Like I said, been there, done that. Maybe didn't work out. Wishful thinking, second chance, deja vu. Somebody here could have consequences at the bottom of the deck. Somebody here could have already been married, already did that. Somebody here could want a second chance, very nostalgic. But it's wishful thinking because I'm seeing the card of the Grim Reaper. What's done is done. Others of you, because you have two different emperors here as well. There is something that can work here. Maybe someone looked at you as a one and done, or somebody looked at you as you were tricking them, you had other people. I'm not really sure, but I know there's a positive side to that one as well. Tell me about this key. It's like an inner knowing, and you have the Lovers, so it's like two people know something here. Smell the roses. Slow down, take your time, get out in nature. There's some lust there, greed. That could be other people that are not liking, again, how you're choosing. See here, broken nightmares, failures. There's two Lovers for sure involved in your past that are thinking about you. Could be a new lover, a past lover, both past lovers, past life, I don't know. But two people here have sharp insight, that is for sure, and they hold the key to something. And the Lovers and the Wheel of Fortune. It's more than just lust in a situation, but that could be somebody, again, thinking about you in the sense of how they feel. But I'm also getting like the failures and the failure card over here that I just read, and again, it's two different energies here, so it's really hard to combine them because you definitely have a good thing and a bad thing, and you have a really good thing and a bad thing. So it's also the way somebody's thinking here. You have two men. One wants control, and the other one wants to be this man for you, in a sense. So you got poker faced, not showing their hand, taking a chance. So this, these are projected thoughts from different people, past lives, karmics, third parties. To me, you've already nurtured something and gave something a lot of nurture, and somebody didn't appreciate you when they had you, and then you left, and it's kind of like there's no way you're going back, but somebody wants to try. And others of you, the energy is going to start picking up, and you start to be getting like, bring me back to life, as soon as you get out of this bubble that you're in for protection right this second. And then it's like you come out and your life changes. I do feel like there's ego here, like somebody really thought or still thinks you would always be there for them. I don't think this is just lesson learned. Competition, clever, malicious, the other woman looking over your shoulder, but then you have balancing each other. Something here is a good thing. I want to focus on that. It's choosing where, it's choosing where your energy goes. It must be a strong connection if the whole twin flame is coming out. But I also think with this twin flame thing and it being in different dimensions, I also think it's one of those things where when you pass over, it's not you stepping up. It's not this lifetime. It's just, it's not a thing. You'll always have connections. But this, I'm hearing like higher self, or this is a twin, because we do have them in different dimensions, but it's different. They don't call them twins. But that's kind of like, you ask me, you cross over, and your person, it will always be there. And maybe, you're deciding, do I do this again? Do I do that? What route? That's, how Spirit's putting it to me right now. And I never looked at it like that, but that's how Spirit is presenting it. I know in this world, it's like somebody just came up with the word because it was a different type of connection. And what it is, it's just a spiritual connection. So I don't know why they have to, word it fucking twin flame. Like, I'm dead serious. If I can pull in as many as I can with this twin flame, and I've done readings like that before, and there's so many people that watch, and then as soon as I tell them what it is, they bounce off because they can't handle it. That's the problem. This whole group of people, which is thousands, probably hundreds of thousands, unfortunately, need to step the fuck out of that energy, especially spirituals. There's so many misconceptions when it comes to spiritual energy. It's just super fucking annoying. I'm also getting the third week of November, so I think that's when we're kind of coming out of something. And I did this yesterday. I was like, it's so fucking annoying. So I think this is when a lot of us come out of our protection bubble. So be patient with yourself. What is this? What is this good energy? Girl with the snake. Boundaries. I like you. I do. Stopping the pattern, especially if there's a silent treatment, ascending, working through obstacles, new beginnings, bring change, liberation, transformation. Notice how that got left by accident. Someone definitely likes you, but you could be preparing for union. Because there's a big change here. You're not going the route of anything that will hold you back. If you think somebody's dating somebody else, it's a negative. You're going to look at something as if you have blockages, if this person has blockages and they make you put, your boundaries or blockages up, you will. This person won't be in your life anymore. It's just that simple. I just heard Straight Talk. I don't know if that's a TV show, podcast. And this is also the energy of you not even being able to relate to somebody anymore. So be very careful that you kind of don't even go in for fun. Definitely guard your energy. It's pulling me to my visit I had at the doctor's last week. And one was Asian and the other one was I'm hearing Muslim, but I don't know for sure. But I feel like both of them were kind of like flirting and talking about things like outside of like the topic. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And I wasn't even like, I feel like I wasn't even like looking good. Maybe I smelled good. Everyone loves when I get out of the shower, they're like, oh, you smell so good. Which can come with lust and smell the roses. And the last couple of readings has been something with smell. And somebody actually texted me, like, what's the perfume you used to wear? So there is something like it was smelling, but this could be... No. How many times I gotta tell you? I don't want you on my head. You want to sit on my shoulder? All good. Don't get mad at me. Up here, sit on my shoulder. Or you smell something and it brings you back, like Caden enough when he got out of the shop that day when I picked him up from the college. It was like, it's not like metal fab smell, and it's not like it's not like welding. It's like oil, like working with oil, like a mechanic, but not a mechanic. But it was a familiar smell, but I couldn't nail it. So your senses might be really strong. And when you come out of this protection bubble, you might be able to smell better. So maybe you're having trouble smelling, which is ironic because I walked through the house the other day and I'm like, oh, it smells good. And it was actually just yesterday. And Caden's like, seriously? It smells like cat litter. And I was like, oh. And then I went in there and it was like dirty cat litter. That's been happening for a couple weeks now. I don't know, you know, some people lose their smell and taste and the whole COVID thing, but I haven't had COVID in years and years and years. So maybe your senses are being purposely blocked right this second, and what wakes you up is a scent, which is odd. But certain smells, you know, can, like lavender for bedtime, there is certain scents or incense bottles, oils that you can even leave open. You don't have to put it down anywhere. You can even leave it open. And that could possibly help you get to sleep. I absolutely love the smell of grass and the smell of rain. So here it's being shown as some type of an awakening. Remember the acts like I kept the same pillowcase on for months because it smelled like you as you're laying in bed with somebody else that you chose. So fucked up. So there is, I'm getting like, I definitely want to label this float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So your senses right now are being targeted or projected out there. And like, I don't know, people can smell you. Or you can smell somebody. So that's intentional when that happens. You really should go in and, focus on that and what can it be, or maybe sit there, try to imagine the smell of grass and focus on it. How long does it take you to smell the grass? That should be an experiment for me, myself, and I. I'm just wondering how long it's going to take you, because I know it's possible. Like some people, like there's been times where I feel all the energy, the pain, my back, like channeling you guys. I think once it smelled like smoke. I can tell when you guys, your metal, your irons are low because I can taste it in my mouth. You could also just take a penny and run it through your forehead and see if you're low. And I've always had an iron deficiency, so every time I did it, I always got the mark on my forehead for like 20 minutes. But I can usually taste that, so there's certain abilities. So we all can smell the ocean, so it, spirit with one of your new gifts could possibly attempt to communicate that way. Like, oh, I smell the salt, I smell the marsh, I smell, you know what I mean? And it's that it leads you to focus on it, work with it. I think it's like I'm hearing geometrical, but geometric, what is it? Geometric shapes. You might be able to like, I don't know, like the snake. Instead of reading the lettering, you can see like the cobra and then the flame. And you could just look at that as, see, when I see a snake, I don't think of malicious energy. I see it as protection and certain messengers. Other people projected out there as if it's an enemy or it's venomous or, but the Matrix wants you to see a snake as something or someone sneaky, malicious, or, it's just, it's like taking the witch. It's like now you got to say Wicca instead of witch. They didn't mind being called he or she's witch doctors, So it's just whatever, it's societal. I don't want to get into all that, but it's how you should start interpreting things, though. Maybe it's just you using your senses in different ways. So I definitely think it's a message, guys. Like, I've had 3 people say something about, in the last couple weeks, about smell. I brought out stories. Then, I think he was a nurse, or he came in and again, like, he's like, what are you wearing? I'm like, shampoo. It's alluring with the lust. You know what I mean? It's, you smell good, but you might not even have anything on you. It could just be your smell. And then the doctor, same thing, like, because it was the pulmonologist, and I didn't even want to go, but the doctor suggested it after we looked into my heart, and there was nothing wrong with my heart with the whole breathing thing since the accident. So he's like, why is a young thing like you in here? And it felt more flirting and having a conversation than it did like, okay, what's the medical side of this? What's it mean? And again, like, I didn't want to go, but like, there is situations where I shouldn't be out of breath, and I have this dry cough, and I had an x-ray last year and they said it looked good. Not worried about it. He doesn't think I have the OCPD or whatever. He's not thinking that, but people my age also end up with asthma. I forget what they call it. And especially like when you stop drinking, your liver can act up. I think I mentioned that in a read a couple days ago. But I think he said like he was shocked when he looked at my age and was like, why are you here? I don't like it. A young thing like you. He was sweet though. And I forgot about that. We were talking about like other countries, other cultures. And I forgot about that until the smell thing came into play here. So just something with senses. Hi. You just take a Want to say hi, YouTube?
Hi.
Hello. I'm wrapping this up in a little while.
Like, how long is that? You said you were just talking to them this morning at 6 a.m. So.
Well, that's a reading too. But what time is it now?
About to be 8.
All right. Yeah, I'm wrapping this up anyway, and then I got a shower and we can leave. I can take a wicked fast shower. Don't give me that look. Love you.
Bye.
Are you coming down and say hi to Peanut Butter?
Getting ready and then.
You'll come down. Why, a shower?
Yes.
All right. Love you. Bye. Let me wrap this up. Love you. Bye. I get to meet Jaylee's baby today. She's a month old. I'm so excited. Slow down, smell the roses. Palm tree, stability, security, performance, growth. Lightning, sudden changes, shock is news, empathy, transformation. There's that Grim Reaper. This relationship's over, no second chances. Grow and perform and transform your life. Yeah, so you're definitely leaving somebody from the past, even if it's just thoughts and you're still like hooked on them or you're thinking about them. Like that's where they try to come back around. It's over. So somebody here really thinks like they can trick you through like emotions or something to get you back. But if you choose to do that, you will repeat a cycle with somebody. So somebody here might make you feel guilty. A woman, a man, it doesn't matter, whatever you're dealing with. But it's over. But it's over now. So it was love at one point, but they didn't take a chance when they should have. And then you have newer energy coming in, and could even be out of the blue. But something goes in your direction here with the wheel. Somebody here really thinks that you would be there forever. I mean, I don't know who the fuck that person is, but Jesus. Like, that's some fucking ego right there. It reminds me of the other ex, where when we first got back together, he's like, I always knew you'd be back. And I'm like, really? I never once in my entire life saw it, ever. But it's his ego, which also tells me for years you've always had that thought. It's like, got your own family, buddy. Take care of your shit. And I'm hearing, I need a hero. So whether it's like in your face or it's just a thought, it's not going to be a thought anymore. To me, it's the consequences of their actions here. A man or a woman, if they're in a relationship, that might break up, or a divorce comes into it. Something comes into it because this person is no longer meant to be in your life. There is a new energy coming in. I can't tell you whether it's karmic or not. To me, you're just not choosing a karmic path. And I don't even think it's a hard breakaway, because I don't even think you think about this person like that. But they have fucked up tactics. It's like coming in, saying something, and then maybe you reply, and then they don't reply. This is somebody that wants like to get you like angry and wild up too. Like it's their way of fucking control. It's like, what the fuck, people? Like you, like, okay, that's zero maturity there. Okay, so I don't know who the fuck this person is. You may never hear from them the rest of your fucking life. Others of you, they're gonna attempt to come back in. Block all outlets. I think you have somebody in your life that you're already talking to or recently just met, because I'm getting that vibe as well. Or you're about to meet, or you're just going to fall in love with a story, a hobby, something that's in regards to like another country. It's like enlightenment. It makes you feel good. It's feel good energy. So it just blows my mind that some people can still think they can come in and emotionally manipulate you or play games. Because I got other energies that are playing games here too. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, for what? For what? If you like them, they like you, why did you choose the Matrix? Like, it is. And I noticed that with Charlie, me and him had our own thing. Definitely ended on the same terms, but it was meant to go through. It was meant to play out the way that also played out for me and him. And again, not bad guys. So I just didn't want to talk about it if you guys are still wondering. We had a great time while it lasted, but he's also, a grown-ass man that doing things that grown-ass men shouldn't do. And it wasn't a good influence, but he's sure as fuck, him and his family are a lot of fun to hang out with. So, but I feel like I was a catalyst for that situation too. Like, yeah, no, not doing that. I mean, still partying hard at 55 with things he shouldn't be partying with. It's just like, no. It's just no. Let me know when you throw a party. So, but it's like a hard no. It wasn't like iffy. You know what I mean? It was just one day waking up and it was just a straight up hard no. It's just, I can't have that in my life right now with everything else that's going on. So, and again, it's like my past. I don't mind even talking about it anymore. I know I bring it up here and there. Lately, I've been bringing it up a lot, but it would make sense because you do have this energy just like it that, comes and goes as it pleases you. It is, no. Somebody wants to control how your matrix goes, the choices you make, and it's like, yeah, no, we're definitely not playing that game. We are definitely not going that route. Not a thing. So, it's just, I think a lot of you don't even realize how much change you've already been through. And you won't realize it until, maybe something plays out, because that type of stuff had to play out for me. And then looking back, it's like, oh, damn. And the other one, was a very karmic situation. And there's no way I was the only one that have found myself in those situations. So I'll be back at some point. I love you guys. Oh, it's not Sunday. It is Monday, right? Happy Monday. Oh, isn't it Veterans Day? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Very much appreciated. We love you. I love you guys. See you later. Bye.